Okay, so I don't know if this is working or not. It may be, maybe not. We will see. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. So here's the thought. Since Agudo and Gamer Mama are not available, I'm going to do a single player from scratch just to see what happens. I'm not even going to touch this. I might rename it. Let's see. Bobby's World, I suppose. That works. I'm not going to touch anything. I used to think playing with these settings would change how rivers work, but there's a video showing that Dave Frampton, the creator of this, did rivers differently than you would expect. So changing mountain height and stuff has nothing to do with rivers. But anyway, you'll see. Alright. So I hit Create World. There's a reason why rivers are pretty cool. Alright. I love this planet stuff. Now this is way up in the Arctic, which I'm not totally against playing, but for purposes of streaming, what I would really like is a private island, you know, so nobody bugs us. I kind of like it when it's both tropical and temperate at the same time. So you can get way more variety of plants than you could if you just have a single biome. So let's see. What's this one over here? If I can get a river too, that'd be great. Let's see what this looks like. Wow. 2 men and no women, huh? Well, sounds like great for survival, but nobody will be happy. Let's see. I don't see a river. Oh, there is a river. No shit. That ain't a river. That's an estuary. Wait a minute. Rivers don't end like that. I don't know. I gotta look for something better. Some of these, like, the closer to red the color, they're trying to say, oh, well, it's going to be a little more difficult. That island's terrible. I could already see. Where am I? Am I in the northern hemisphere? Never neglect the southern hemisphere. Ask Australia. It's just, like, weird, though. Their toilets flush backwards. That would freak me out. Because of the Coriolis effect. Let's see. Yeah. I see jungle. I see desert. Nah. Sometimes this could take a while, but the first one I reasonably like, I'm going to go for it. What's this? What's over here? What is this? Would you want to be too hot? Would I personally want to live there? That's kind of how I roleplay this a little bit. Would I really want to be there? Hot all the time, underwear sticking to your ass? No, 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 no. Though I do admit I was snowed on yesterday. But hey, that's how it works up here. There's Gamer Mama saying hi. Oh well, busy is busy. Sweet lady, taught me a lot. Appreciate her. I appreciate Agudo too, but I mean, it's too bad that he's sick. Oh shit, wait a minute. Give me a nice island, come on. The odds of me finding a river. There we go. What's this? What's this island? It's kind of private. All jungle. Is that a river? They've got lakes now. Yeah, I don't know. No river. As I guess Dave added fishing, so no river though. I'm actually starting to think maybe I should make rivers a priority. That's another thing I dislike. Two tribes like that? Nah. First thing we were going to do when we get into the actual game is disable the computer from making these fake villages where they're going to be like hogging resources and stuff and just kind of being in the way. But without warfare, you can't necessarily evict them or kill them yet. So I try to find private islands. Now look at this. Is this a river? If this is a river, this one's going to be a go. No, it's some kind of weird looking cigar-shaped lake. I ain't gonna get a river, am I? A choice between private or a river. What's this one up here? It's all temperate. There won't be any bananas, but there might be apples up here. I am predicting apple orchards. Well, given how private it is, I guess I'm not going to get a river, but that's what happens when you start from scratch. I don't want to look anymore. I mean, moderate summer, moderate winter. I'll take it. We'll go for it. Let's see what happens. I'm not thrilled, but I'm not like totally displeased either. I might take them on a little hike. The tutorial in this is great. So they want you to gather hay. You generally want flat land too. I don't know if I don't like this slope. So let's do a little scouting first. Well, first we're going to go into the menu up here. Into settings, world, subtle villages nearby. You want that off. Otherwise the computer will just pop up like, hey, look at me, I'm here too, and it's really annoying. Almost as annoying as I am. Almost, not quite. That just takes talent and practice to be that level, but see, these dead mammoths are alright. It's when they're alive and they start flinging your villagers around and causing pain. That's when they're an issue. I give Dave credit though, like ask someone in Africa, they're less afraid of lions than they are the large herbivores, particularly hippopotamus. So that's something that Dave did get right. The plant eaters are often way more dangerous than the meat eaters, so there you go. I like these orange trees. I'm not sure the creator understands what moderate means, but unless I'm actually in a cold region, which is possible, given it's already snowing in early November, maybe I just think I have a moderate climate and I don't. I'm on the cold side. Alright, let's grab these guys. They're going to love this hike. They're going to love it. You guys are just going to be so happy with me that I'm going to make you hike all the way out to buildable area. So you take one of these guys. There's a little button here that says select more. Make it bigger so you get all 5 of them. However big your tribe is. Now we're going to go all the way out here to that little buildable area. Come on guys, if I could hike it, you guys can hike it. They're going to be pissy with me, but too bad. I kind of like this area over here for building purposes, and it's right by orange trees, so go right here. So the darker the green, I see this regular grass here, and it just means the plants will grow at a certain rate. You know what I mean? Like normal. There's a darker green color, which means it's really nice, fertile area. Not that we're there yet, but, and I'm going to fast forward this so they hike a little faster. Man, they're not going to be happy when they get there. But you can create fertilizer in this game and make everything dark green eventually. So in the long run, it doesn't actually matter. I just mostly wanted that flat area, mostly, which isn't that flat when I look closer. You can see contour lines showing different elevations. Flatter than where they were. Oh, look at this. This looks like... Huh, look at that. Now that's nice flat land. Look at that. It's like a plateau. Yep, a plateau by an orange plantation. Well, natural orange grove. It will be a plantation when I'm done with it. Birch is birch. I like building with pine, but I don't see any pine in this whole map. Mostly because we don't have more than one biome, but... Come on, you guys. It's not even that far. Let's go. You see how they started out with like the little foot icon started in green and it's kind of turning yellow. When it gets to red, it means they're pissed off. Probably going to leave you. Or they might drop dead, which is technically a form of leaving somebody. So yeah, we'll stick with that. They're going to leave you. Let's go, guys. Any slower, we'd be going backwards. No river for Bobby today. But that's just like the luck of the draw, you know what I mean? I do like this flat land though. That's really kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. It's making me happy. Okay, now let's see. Yep, what you're supposed to be doing. See how it says gathering hay around? Yeah. And it's checking them off as I'm kind of accidentally on purpose doing these things. Clear 5 hexes. We're going to need way more hay than that. They make their beds with this. They do everything with this. You could even burn it if you really need to, though I generally dislike that. Come on, guys. There we go. I won't let them get too hungry. I mean, the oranges are right there. There we go. See how they're picking the grass? And they make these nice little bundles. It's conveniently by a dead mammoth, kind of accidentally on purpose. Also have them going really fast. Here's a good point. Alright, I'm going to hit pause. Here's the thing. Oh, look, it wants me to do that anyway. Here's tab. Here's pause. When you're playing multiplayer, right? You can't necessarily hit pause at all, because whoever's like the server controls it, kind of. And then you kind of like you kind of ask each other, do you want to go fast? Do you want to go slow? You know, whatever, depending what you're doing. But in single player, you can take your time. You can hit pause. You can line things up correctly. It's a different kind of. It really is a different kind of experience. So. And then it helps to remember like how to plant trees, which is not what happened last week. Let me hit Alt Tab, see if anyone joined me. I doubt it. Oh, shit. Oh, 2 people. Damn, let's not be rude to our chat. Oh my gosh. So I remember how to plant trees, but I don't remember how to type to my chat. Wait a minute, I don't need to. Hey, Leo. Appreciate you dropping a like. Hello, Caleboo. Good afternoon. Yeah, 2:45. At least it's not like 6 in the morning and I'm still up. You know, because you want to like end the day on a good note, and then often that takes longer than you think. But I appreciate people dropping by. I really do. I'm still alive, sort of, mostly, kind of. So it's nice to be acknowledged. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. It says build 6 storage areas. See these oranges here? The first one, we're going to put a medium storage right by the oranges. So when they pick them, guess where the oranges are going to go? Now, a lot of people are saying, I hate it when they do this. But see how I had to hit accept none right away? Because if I don't, they're going to throw the hay where the oranges are supposed to go, and you can't really control it. So the workaround is just immediately hit accept none, then go down and look for what you're really looking for, which is going to be oranges. I think you got to tell them to pick them first. So let's tell them to pick the oranges. There's no way they're going to eat that many, but that's okay because we're going to move oranges in a minute. Now, see, oranges just appeared. It wasn't there, and now it is because I just told them to pick them. All right? So now I'd even pause it because I'm used to multiplayer. Now they're going to sit there and pause. Now they're going to sit there and pick oranges. They're going to pick the branches too that are kind of loose. They do that too. Later on, you can cut down the whole tree. But question for all the sane people out there: why would you cut down a food source? Why would you do that? I guess somebody's going to show me an example of why they would, but no, that's not my first instinct. So now we have hay just kind of sitting there. I think things decompose faster when they just sit there. I'm going to put the main storage place up here, and we're going to use big storage. So this is going to be for like 3 things we're going to label right now. That's going to be hay, that's going to be sticks, that's going to be stone. For now, you know. Later, I mean, you don't have to enclose it unless it's like perishable, like oranges. But my first structure, I build it for a certain reason. It takes them longer. Yes, they dislike being uncomfortable, but when it's done, what ends up happening? Okay, so you guys want to put the hay there? That's fine. I will scroll down and tell them that only put hay there, because you know what they do? They'll just kind of guess where you want to put it. I was too busy flapping my mouth. And I couldn't get to the accept none. Now I hit hay. Okay, hay's going to be in the middle. We're going to need one for branches. And we're going to need one for large rocks. I'm going to have one for small rocks too, but for like right absolutely now, that'll work. You know what? Alright, let's finish this quest, just to clear it out. That's going to be for small rocks. That's going to be for logs later, but let's just say accept none for now. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to say small rocks. That's like real basic storage. This is like really basic. Okay, so now store 8 branches. They are picking branches from the orange tree. Why they're not moving them here, I don't really know. I got oranges there, so my people technically, I know that if you only ate oranges, you're eventually going to die. At least not as scurvy, but the game doesn't know that. You know, game rules, like different dimension, however you want to say it. Eventually, we're going to carve that mammoth and cook it up. Eventually. That you can survive on. Alright. So we're actually going to have 2 places for branches. Now watch what happens with the branches. See how they're laying on the ground? I just told them to put them here first, and we're going to move them after they do that. I guess you could also pick up branches from the ground directly. But see, what are they doing? I think they're pissy because they don't have beds yet. Not that they appeared in the tutorial, but since I've done this before, we're going to start making beds. Maybe they'll be less pissy. If you build it just right, they don't mind sleeping next to each other. They're just happy to have a bed. He hasn't. The dev has not quite upgraded to letting you build a nice, really like wooden bed, you know, with like a frame and stuff, which would happen way later. He hasn't quite gotten there yet. Oh, that one. I did blow it. I blew that one. Oh my gosh. That's even? Alright, we're hitting pause for a second. Not that I'd get away with that in multiplayer, but no, stop. Stop. That's not going to work. Stop. Remove. See? I like that remove button. I'm trying to line it up nicely. That was the objective. I kind of failed. There. Ah, I had it. Stop. There we go. Right there. Stop. Ah. Let's see if the chat is making fun of me. They should. There we go. Wow. Creative definition of the word straight. We'll go 10 wide just to keep the number nice. But there is a menu where you can see how many beds you got, which is kind of useful later in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 7. 8. 9. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alt tab. Why did I hit that? Hitting buttons. Stop doing that. There's Gamer Mama. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. How the hell do I see my chat? Let's let them actually make the beds. I don't know what the issue is with the branches yet. Oh, there we go. They did put some of them in there. They should be putting all of them in there. This birch tree is going to be useful later. Bones. Maybe that one, instead of logs, I might make it bones. I don't know. Where did my chat go? I saw it and then I didn't. They're going to need to pick up these stones too while they're here. You see that light bulb icon? First you collect stuff, put it in storage, then one by one you research stuff, and it unlocks all kinds of different things in your build menu. You guys can't get 2 more branches? I have made the mistake, and everybody has, where you ask them to do like 500 things and you only got like 5 guys. At a certain point it'll whine that it's got too many orders. So just kind of give them time. It's gonna take a little time. Yeah. Well, still don't understand what happened to my chat, and Alt Tab isn't cutting it today. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. I saw it and then I didn't. What about this one? No? How sucky would it be if I accidentally disconnected YouTube? Shoot. Yay, we finally got 8 branches. Okay. Check this out. So right now, the branches are here. Manage storage. Send them. I think we made that one branches. At least I think so. Yep. We're going to use that for the oranges too in a minute. See? Investigate a branch. Okay, so instead of moving it all, start inventing. and it wants us to invent or study or whatever. Study hay, study rocks, and study branches. The cool thing about this game is it's very much building freedom. You can really build how you want. You can run your village how you want. Whether or not they hate you is a separate issue, but you can do it. I can't believe I lost my chat. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I think I accidentally clicked off YouTube. Ever hit a bad button that you really regret later? Do it all the time. Let's see. What if... Yeah, shoot. Now I apologize to Chad if someone is in there trying to say hi and my dumb ass can't see it. I don't know what I did. You know what? Let's try this. Bobby trying to multitask. How cute, huh? Oh, there we go. Alright. I guess we could do that. You know what I should have done? I should have turned this off, too. Alright. Where is me? There we go. There we go. You know what I should have done? I should have turned this off, too. Alright. Where is me? There we go. There we go. Sometimes a blind monkey find the banana? You know what I should have done? I should have turned this off, too. I might have to mute my chat or it's going to double. Where is me? There we go. Better. Now it should just be one me, which is plenty. Okay. So what they're doing right now, especially with that hay, is they're going to figure out how to build walls made out of sticks and hay. Then we're going to build them a structure and they won't have to sleep outside. The poor babies. Sleeping outside in a temperate area. Though I will admit it is pretty comfortable to sleep on snow. Not necessarily on ice or mud, but snow if it's deep enough. Well, if you look up at this left-hand corner, top left-hand corner, where it says the climate is warm, that's all great. It's going at a normal pace right now. We're going to make that go faster. Could have hit tab, but we didn't. Alright. You see that little arrow going towards that star? When it hits that star, it basically means you're all going to bed mandatory. Now, true, I only have 2 beds. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, and they will sleep right on the ground, which I just generally don't recommend. Oh, look at that. We have a visitor. We will recruit her. I can talk. The ability to speak does not make one intelligent. It's Qui-Gon Jinn. Very wise. Except he was like 60 in episode 1 and Darth Maul was in his 20s. That wasn't very wise to fight him. By yourself? Gee, what could happen? And then the guy I admired the most met up with Darth Maul and now he's a ghost. See how they're all going to bed? Because it hit that star? Lighting a fire. So they figured out their branches will burn. Real genius level stuff. Here, get some more hay, because we're going to need a lot more. You know what we can do? We could, say, go in a general area like this, hit that funny button that selects multiple things again, and then you see this circle? Instead of hitting one at a time, I just told them, get me 55 pieces of hay. It might take them a while, but building this first structure, it'll probably get used anyway, so it's all good. While we're at it, this birch tree doing nothing. Gather all. And they won't be able to store everything. Not at once. You gotta like build storage. You gotta tell them basically to do everything. These rocks are gonna be useful. Sometimes there's just not enough rocks. Never in the history of cinema has a man who loved a woman so well been treated like such shit for all to see. But it was clever. And he loved her anyway. You know what? While I'm at it, let's see. Just Leo and Kayla. Duly noted. I appreciate it. Not that I mean to neglect anybody else who's streaming, but I was supposed to be streaming at 2 o'clock and I know it was late. I was trying to read up on how to have my own server on Discord so people could actually hear me. Discord is confusing. Life is confusing. Let's see. Oh, shit. I didn't sleep right either. See, now they know how to pound rocks together, so we can make all kinds of nice things. We're going to wait a minute, though. We're going to actually have them build the shelter first. That's kind of what I use as my focal point, is the first shelter that I'm going to build. And they're going to patiently wait until they finish inventing stuff. You know what you can do? If you tell more than one of them to try to invent the same thing, then the speed goes up. The speed of which they do so. And also, oh, another tribe. Oh my gosh. We got to watch it with that, because they will reproduce and they will recruit, and you're a little tiny tribe after a while. It's like 200 people and you're like, how did this happen? And then they're all starving because nobody has anything to eat. I could make all the beds face the same way. I could do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying I could. Three. This structure I'm going to build is easily going to hold. That's my record. I might have gotten 30 in here once, but we're going to do 25, and then maybe that'll be like counting quarters. If you can make $1 out of quarters, you can count by 25. This isn't going to be the only structure. It's going to be the first one, though. You know, because they'll get pissy without beds. It should still fit, and if it doesn't, I'll just delete something and do it over. There we go. See that? Thatch building? That's what we're looking for. Sorry, fuckaroos, that it took that long. Let's make it go a little slower. Alright, so we go to the build option. You see how I got this wall now? I build my first structure the same way every time. For good reason, too. Now, let's see, where I'm going to start this. There's going to be a front of this and a back of this. And actually, I'll tell you what. Let's put three medium storages in here. And it's going to be for food. The rule is with food, as long as it's enclosed in a structure, it will decay at a slower rate, which is useful. One. Alright, you got a weird definition of straight, but I think it might fit. Okay. Now we can make the back wall first. It'd be nice if you fit. You see why pause is a useful thing? I'm going to try to hit pause as little as possible because just because people aren't available this week doesn't mean that's going to be true next week. One. Two. So this structure I built, and it's not the only structure you can build. I make a square. It'll all make sense later. So there's a little bit of like, in my head, I've done this before, planning going on. But for intents and purposes, double doors. And then there's a roof icon up here too. And since thatch is light, they don't need a ladder yet, but I actually figured out how to make the same structure out of brick. And you definitely need to build them stairs, ladder, whatever. They need to add more like ladder icons and different stair icons. Wish you could make stairs out of stone. I guess you could, but it might be a pain in the ass. So that's what the first structure is going to look like. Oh shit, they put sticks in here. No, they didn't. I forgot to do accept none. See how our oranges are getting rained on? That won't always be true. Accept none. Two birch seeds. Shit. We'll have to move those. See, they just kind of guessed since it was on accept all. They just were like, oh, well, there's a storage here. We'll just throw seeds in there, which they're supposed to be for food. So we'll have to move those seeds. Or we could just study them both, and then they'll take them out, and then we'll learn planting. But we got to do digging first. And before that, they need to finish the structure. So what these guys are going to do, send my oranges over here. Come on. There we go. At least these little bastards are actually somewhat compliant. Somewhat. Sometimes they get confused and stand there, but for the most part, they're alright. I mean, if I wanted to be mean, I'd go tell you all to jump off the cliff, but I'm actually trying to get your village going, so it behooves you to listen. You know what? Oh, there's Gamer Mama. Hey, Gamer Mama. Hopefully your house is going alright. Sorry you're occupied. Do kind of miss you, but as you can see, I just started from scratch, absolute scratch, where you saw the whole world. And I didn't want to take like an hour looking for rivers in the perfect zone, so I just was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just go right here. That mammoth's going to decay, so let's see. Let's do this. Wait a minute. I hit Q. You see this anvil icon? they're going to like make all kinds of wonderful things. So how do I want to do this? I do like symmetry. I don't know. Symmetry is artistic. Like the human body, we got bilateral symmetry. Ever since flatworms, you know, is a great thing. Where one side looks like the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, right in the middle of that doorway, we have like work areas. That's what these are. They're work areas. So see, they're taking them rocks and they're figuring out, okay, if I lay a rock flat, then I can pound other rocks against rocks and make things with it. And here it wants you to assign a role. So you go to Tribe, Roles. I want this hut built as fast as possible. See how I have all these guys? And some of them still have where they could be doing a job and it's available. So let's tell our old men to like help build the cabin. We'll just like, you know what, you guys? You don't have to go that far. Just grab the materials and just... Well, technically, a cabin is made out of wood and we're not there yet. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. Crafting areas and tools, yep. I was going to put... Now this is funny. I don't know why this is. But we're going to put a campfire down. I don't necessarily want to light it, so... But just to clear the quest, we're going to put it right there. Right by a thatched structure, which sounds not really cool for fire hazard, but it is what it is. There's no way to catch your little hut on fire. Yet. Yeah. You might think of that later. That if you build out of wood or hay that it could catch on fire. Which is why brick is nice. So it wants me to make 4 axes. We're gonna make way more than that because for some reason axes also count as shovels. I don't know why he didn't make a separate shovel thing, but it is what it is. So let's see. They use them all the time. Do I go medium or do I go medium? So what we're going to do, we got to hit none right away or they'll put something stupid in there that I really don't want them to. Okay, now that they say none, you can go back and oh, we don't have it yet because we don't have them crafting it. Hard stone axe. And actually, we could make one at a time, but this first one we're going to order more. And then the rest of them, just to clear the quest out, we'll just have you do one because we got to do knives too. We might start knives. That's not a bad idea. Because you can't carve the mammoth up if you don't start knives. 13's a nice number. I kind of like it. Now won't let me have it. Wait a minute. Oops. Wrong thing. No sweat. There we go. We wanted knives. Better. The idea being when they're done with the hand axes, we can research how to cut down a tree, how to dig up the earth. We could do either one or both. Let's see how many people we got. Here's a nice little button. It says I got 11 population. Remember I initially only made 10 beds? You see why I made a bunch more? I've got a total of 25 beds. Unless I can't count to 5. I don't have 25 beds yet, because that's only 4. Wow. I've lost the ability to count. I have 22 beds. There's actually a way to look, and I'm going to show you guys how in a minute. Now I have 25 beds when I'm done doing this. Oh, come on. If they stop building, they're generally out of something. Could be branches, could be hay. Now that's 25. Damn. I knew I was special, but I didn't know I was that special. Alright. Okay, so we got hay. We gotta find more trees. I mean, right now, it looks barren. It isn't always gonna look like that. The longer we spend time in this, the less likely it will look like that. Ooh, you guys gotta go pretty far for branches. You know what we might do? We might make a little storage area for seeds. Maybe. There's alpaca here. I don't know what they're eating. The grass, I guess. What's that? Ooh, an apple tree, really? Ooh. Maybe this place isn't that bad after all. We're going to tell them gather all. So every tree I see, I'm telling them to get some branches. More apples? What is this? Oh wow, look at that. Okay. So, gather all. And then we're going to do the same thing. Believe it or not, Jessica Wanders taught me how to do this little trick that I've been doing, where you put the storage like right there and then move it later. Affectionately known as Darth Jessica, you know, because she likes to murder RDJ, but had to be mentioned, had to be mentioned. So they're going to put the apples in there in a minute. See, now I have the icon. I didn't have it before. Where's the branches? Okay, one goes apples and one goes branches. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh shit. I don't know. I shouldn't have hit those. It's far, but they'll get over it. Get some exercise. Unlike what I get. Used to get plenty of exercise, now I get hardly any. So let's see, did they make one yet? See how before it did not say axe heads? Because none existed, so it wasn't letting me do anything. But now we can store axe heads right there, and they'll eventually clean up after themselves and put the axe heads in designated area, which is what they need to do. I'm almost tempted to start digging, because you can't plant unless you can dig. Almost. Here's the thing, because we're going to need a knife. We really, really need a knife. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this one a priority. And hopefully someone gets to making that knife faster. So we can learn how to carve up a mammoth. It'll be fun. This middle one needs to say apples too. This storage inside, even though there isn't an inside yet, they're working on it. Apples. And this one, no, I can't do it yet because we don't have mammoth steaks, so not yet. I'm intending that last one to be for mammoth steaks. So much easier to harvest when they're already dead, but they don't even know how yet because she's not done with the knife. And we know that because... Oh, now we do have storage for knives. Okay, she might have one. Good. Sun's going down, that's bad, but... Alright. soon as someone gets a knife, they're going to be on that mammoth. It's going to turn into wool skins and bones if you don't butcher it fast enough. You won't get any meat. It'll just say wool skins and bones. Kind of makes sense. Alright, they're approaching that star anyway. Alright, go to bed, people. Do it in the morning. Alright. See where these axe heads were being built? We're going to switch it to knives so that quest gets done. They'll do it in the morning as they're getting rained on because they didn't finish the shelter, but buck up, people. It could be worse. It could be me. Well, they got, what, 2 walls done? It was cool for Gamer Mama to visit me. That was nice. It's because of her that I'm doing this at all, to be honest. I would have no clue. Hey, it's Mr. Tuds. Hey, Mr. Tuds. I try to follow as many people as I can, so if I'm not there for a particular stream, A, I'm distracted. I did have something to do yesterday, which is how I got snowed on. B, I'm out of devices. So there's 3 of them. I got my phone, my TV, and my laptop, right? I used to try to have more than one people on a laptop, and then you hear 3 separate conversations going on at the same time. I'm already crazy enough. I don't need to do that anymore. So I'm either out of devices, not paying attention, asleep, eating, or whatever, but I'm not intentionally not showing up to anybody's stream. Not my style. I try to watch as many as I can. So see that arrow is going back to the little sunshine icon up there? So after they wake up, they'll have enough light and they can see. You can build torches to illuminate everything, but that costs hay as fuel, I think. And it gets really expensive as your village gets big. Oh, look at this. This is off. Shit. It'll function, but I can see it's on a little tiny angle unless it's just how I was looking at it. I wanted to make it straight. What can I say? Alright. See how well, it told me to light a fire. Immediately extinguish it. Trust me, because otherwise you will have no branches. They'll just keep feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. And we're not quite at cooking the mammoth steaks yet, so nope. Right away, just don't do it. Come on, somebody put it out. Oh yeah, right. So you can tell them, prioritize getting it out so you don't waste any more branches. They need those branches to build the structure. Hey, buttholes, come on. There we go. Thank you. Alright. Remember how I had them go into Timbuktu to try to get branches? See, they're doing it, but if they fed that to the fire, we would have no branches. We'll have plenty of hay. This is a really nice building area, to be honest. I mean, I could make a mega city here on this plateau. It's kind of nice. No complaints there. Alright, you see this? How it looks like a slope? It's just a little bit higher than our plateau. So we're going to tell one person, go ahead and learn how to dig. And they'll grab an axe head, they'll start pounding the ground until it's level with the rest of our existence here. I can only imagine the distance they have to go to get these stones, but we're going to need stones. Oh, look, there's flax up here. Wow, look at that. Well, here's the truth about flax. Oh, and there's another mammoth. Am I going to be able to carve it up in time? So, the second they popped out with a knife, in their little sapiens brains, they were like, okay, I can do what he asked me to do now because I have a knife. I have the tool to go learn butchering, which is what they're learning right now. And now I'm curious if they have... We'll definitely be able to feed everybody for a while. That'd be pretty cool. Where's the other one? I saw him. Here he is. We can double the rate of how fast they get it, and then maybe we could get 2 mammoths that are conveniently dead. Making them that way is not easy. Uh-oh. I could have sworn I just heard one. That one's not so dead. If he wanders too close, we're in trouble. What's this? Red rock. Nice. Granite? Ooh. Making a granite structure. I wonder... He's got all these different types of rocks and stuff. I wonder if they have slightly different properties or if it's just aesthetic. But anyway, just for role-playing, if we really wanted to make a strong structure, we'll use granite. What is this? Sand? You could make bricks with either sand and clay or hay and clay, depending what you want to do. But we're nowhere near bricks right now. We're just basically getting our little fledgling village started. What else we got over here? Gooseberries. If it grows, it's plantable. Just FYI. You just kind of like, after digging, we're going to research how to plant our own shit. And then we're going to do that. More oranges. It's funny what the dev thinks moderate means. I don't know. I'm not sure. If oranges grow there, I think it's warmer than I am because oranges don't really grow up here. Not really. You could try it, but a little bit warmer than me, and I guess you could do tangerines. It's going to be south of me, though. Now, why is this guy in red? It means they're pissed off about something. You're just sitting there. I don't know. Did they build my hut yet? No. Ah, look at that. See, now it wants me to invent digging and planting. I've got digging going already. I should, like, tell someone else to do it, too. It's not going to hurt anything. Alright. 2 of you do it. Come on. Then here's our 7 hardstone axes. Okay. They'll use them, so just go ahead and keep making more. Now see, they built a corner of the roof. Technically, those oranges should count as being inside, so they decay slower. And hopefully I get another harvest in time so no one starves. Oh, shit. Well, yeah, see how it says inside? You don't have to finish the whole structure for part of it to count as inside. But if I had put where the seeds are... Oh, look at that. Look what we got. Alright. Alright, okay. So let's slow it down for a second. So what we're going to do... We'll put tools on one side, and we'll put miscellaneous on the other. Like, say, meat. So this, right here. Click it, then immediately say don't accept anything, otherwise you'll regret it. I gotta tell them where to put the mammoth meat. Right? So right now, that's where the raw mammoth meat's gonna go. I do not want cooked mammoth meat to be mixed with it, because they can get sick that way. Wow. God damn. Another tribe. Lots of women too, which means it's gonna exponentially grow. If you do a little mathematical experiment in your head, only women really contribute to population growth. Because let's see how many guys. Let's see how many sapiens we have. Well, 13 until these guys join, then it'll be 16, but we got 25 buds, right? So think of it like this. One woman and 15 guys. Population going up or down? Down. She can only get pregnant once at a time, right? Flip it in reverse. One man and 15 women. A, he's well taken care of. B, they're all pregnant. Population's going way up, so really only women contribute to population growth if you think about it. What are you doing? Okay. Darn, it's almost bedtime. I think we got finished with butchery so fast because I had them do it to 2 of them. Oh, look. And now they are actually butchering this one. That's good. See, and now digging is getting done faster too until the sun dips down. Then they won't be able to see what they're doing. And then they'll have to continue tomorrow. I love how they're all into it. Pound that ground like a red-headed stepchild that mouthed off to you. Come on, man. I'm just kidding. Nobody should be mean to redheads just because they don't have a soul. I'm just also kidding. I'm just full of shit. It's all for laughs. I do have to admit, I question the sanity of parents that smack their kids for mouthing off. Surely you can out-reason an 8-year-old. Now, if they smack their brother first, that's different, but I'm just saying. Oh, look at that. View the world from above. It's kind of cool. I mean, it still shows that planet that we started with, but now since we already select a tribe, everybody else is in white. Meaning that if someone were to join me, they could select one of those tribes if they wanted to. You know, it's a thing. Alright, let's go back. Zoom to the most recent notification. Did I do that? I might have, on accident. Yay! Now that we have digging... Ooh, did they find clay? Yes, they did. Ooh, I'm happy about that. Eventually, we'll uncover that whole thing. Maybe we could get a little clay quarry for brick making purposes, which would make me happy. You remember those seeds that are in the wrong place? You can tell them to destroy things if you want, but not on a flight. It doesn't matter. We can still tell them to do it. And then they'll do it in the morning. We're going to have them research those seeds. They'll take them out, and then they won't put anything back in, because I'm pretty sure it's on none. N-O-N-E. Reminds me of a joke. All these fun little YouTube snippets, and occasionally when they're funny, I remember them. What kind of meat does a vegetarian priest eat? None. Ah, very funny, very funny. Okay. Leo's awesome. Leo in Scotland. My mother's maiden name is Jardine, so it's not like, of course, Jardines are actually related to Vikings more than they are Celtic people, but still, Scotland is Scotland, is it not? Not that I'm going to start humming Land of the Heather, but shout out to Leo. See, that's the thing with me. Like, people nice enough to show up. Occasionally, I will say something so stupid that you can't help but laugh. So there's kind of a point to it. Hey, is it bad luck to like your own videos out of curiosity? Or does everyone do that anyway? Just being Bobby. Been that way for a long time. I can't believe I'll be 52 next year. Come to think of it, I gotta renew my driver's license. Not that I use it, I walk everywhere. But on occasion, if someone is so shit-faced drunk that they can't possibly get home without killing themselves or someone else, technically, I could get you home. Technically. And I drive like an old man. I am an old man. I might explain it. I should just make it go fast. They're going to go to sleep anyway. They're working on the first mammoth. You know we don't have? We don't have storage for wool skins or bones. I don't think they're to the bones yet. They're still getting the meat. And then later on, when they wake up, I'll tell them, go ahead and light the fire. We can't cook the steaks without fire. So there's that. When are these going to grow back? Right now, the soil is shitty right now. That's just how it is. So eventually, we will learn how to fertilize it, and the oranges will come back faster. I'm pretty sure I made them spot for apples. Is there any food in here? I've got some oranges. You know what I never did? Let's go back to that little apple grove. It's over here somewhere. What the hell is it? Nice little hike. There we go. See where they put the apples? Kind of where I told them to, but we need to move them to our little hut. Ah, somebody died. Here's a morbid question. So this lady died of old age. Isn't she still made out of meat? Can't I butcher her too? I mean, back then? You can't tell me that never happened. In fact, they found some evidence, and it's Germany, but back when they found this Neolithic war going on between hunter-gatherers and early farmers, they find like thousands of graves with their heads split open because somebody was using cannibalism as a terror tactic and eating people, and yeah, it's kind of cool. On a massive scale, they said like 90% of the men died, but hardly any women. Mostly because they figured out long ago that if you take a woman prisoner, she becomes your woman, and that's how they kept their team going, so they just mostly preyed on the men. Interesting. Fucking men with half-eaten skulls and shit. But don't worry, the women always had it worse, right? They're immune from this, but I guess if they were obnoxious enough, they'd eat them too. But no, back then in this war I'm talking about, that's not what they found. 90% of the casualties were men. Now, say I want them to learn planting as fast as possible. I probably shouldn't have done that to an apple, especially when it has seeds. See how she took that seed? Ha! So I cleared out my storage without having to destroy it. That makes me happy. Or move it or whatever. I didn't have to mess with it. I thought I hit zoom to the notification. There we go. Alright, discover planting. I got 3 people working on it, I think. We're going to dig some more because I really am very curious about this clay deposit. I'm kind of playing chess, looking moves ahead. Because we're nowhere near it, but you can store soil too. And it becomes useful because you can moderate, is the terrain too high, too low? Did I dig something out of the ground and I want to keep it level? If you store soil, you can put the soil back where you took out of the ground and it becomes level again. Oh, nope, we want bigger storage than that. Come on. Nope. Stop guessing. I'm guessing at buttons. Not good. So this is where soil is going to go. You can move them later. You could remove them. You could... Lots of building freedom here. That's why I play. Other games, especially the older ones, you had to build in a certain area. You must build this way. It's like almost like a train track where it has to follow the track or you can't play the game. Generally dislike that. This one is really open-ended. If you want to put your house here, you put it there. If you want to put it somewhere else, if you want to dig first, if you want to terraform, there's all kinds of different things you can do. It's useful that way. So let's light our fire. Let's figure out how to cook. Not that I really want to cut that tree down, but since it's the only one really close that is available, we're going to cut that tree down. It's going to drop seeds anyway. It doesn't matter. We're going to plant more. I thought I had 3 people looking into how to plant things. Come on. Let's go. And I have you on fast, too. What are y'all doing? If you put it in the ground, it grows. I mean, it's amazing. Uh-oh, I'm getting face palms from Mr. Ted. Are you kind of like still laughing and just teasing me? Because if you're teasing me, I'm proud of you. Because if you never tease me, then I'd have to assume something's wrong with you. I know I'm weird. 99% of the time when I see Mr. Ted, it's a face palm. Right? Admit it, like 3 out of every 100 jokes of mine are actually funny. How about that? I made Leo laugh, so every now and then, of course that one wasn't my joke, I had heard it, but I'm just saying. Every 3 comments I make out of 100 are actually amusing. Give or take, you know. Yay, we got planting. Yay! We gotta wait for the birch tree to come down, and then there'll be some seeds available, sort of. Well, actually, While we're messing with storage, why don't we do this? Let's slow it down. I don't want you guys putting something stupid in here. This one is going to be just for seeds. Right. That's all they're going to be for, is seeds. So when you figure out how to use your axe heads, how to fell a tree, then it'll drop seeds, logs, and some branches. I thought I told you guys to do this. We should plant apple trees closer. So the question has become, where am I going to plant apple trees? Alright. It's going to take a long time for them to grow in this soil, but oh yeah, I had forgotten how to do this last week. This is the weirdest thing, but instead of clicking the soil, you actually go under the build menu and there's a plant button, so it's actually like building a building. See? Now suddenly we can plant apple trees. The soil isn't the greatest, but that'll change over time. Let's see if I can make this nice and neat. Unlike those beds. Let's see. Not that I ever want to be forced to experiment on this, but given the potassium in an apple and still having vitamin C and a little bit of carbs, why do I think if the only thing you ate apples as opposed to the only thing you ate being oranges, I think you would survive longer on apples. You're still going to die, but I'm just saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not that I want you guys to starve planting these. 9, 10. Ah, shit. I don't like that last one. You know what? Fine. Make 11. There we go. I like prime numbers anyway. Ah, look at that. The oranges are coming back. Yay! Just in time, too. We could plant more of those. Though I might just plant one because we already have them. Day's almost done. I'm going to go faster. Now, the thing with the fire, normally they'll bitch, oh, we can't see, we have to go to bed. I get it. Right in front of the fire, he might keep going at it for a little while because he can see because of the fire. Just the game logic. This hut still isn't done. Needs branches. Working on it. I think the one next to the hay was branches. I think. Yep. Another thing, when they finally chop that tree down, you gotta tell them don't burn your logs. You need to save those things for building. They can burn logs if they have to, but it's better if you don't. Now, let's see. Oh, do I want even more people? Alright, you bastard, get over here. How many I got? Tribe. 18, so we've got 25 beds. I think my record in that structure that I built is 30 beds, but I was hoping to be able to build log cabins before that. We'll see. They're not done carving that other mammoth. Man. those two women look elderly, which means they're not going to get pregnant, which means they won't contribute to population growth, which means they're fine. They'll still help and do whatever with their time remaining, and then when they die, it'll free up a bed. Morbid, but mathematically sound. You know, honestly, the young people should be doing different shit than the old people. The old people can't move. They should be doing the research, and the young people should be doing the chopping and the digging and the whatever, butchering. And especially the walking. Old people move at a slower rate than younger people, so there's that. Now, do you remember that last slot in here that had seeds that wasn't supposed to have seeds? We're going to change that to mammoth meat, but also not raw mammoth meat, just cooked mammoth meat, which they're working on. So then, on the inside of their cabin, they'll see cooked mammoth meat when they're hungry, which will last longer because A, it's cooked, and B, it'll be inside. And then they'll chomp on that instead of the raw stuff, which will make them sick. Yeah, look at that. We got an extra bed. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of beds. Alright. Under, I think it's resources, or no, it's under stats. Bed count. See that? Right there? It says number of beds currently available for use of your sapiens. 25. So, it's a good way when you got multiple structures and you can't quite remember how many beds do I have. Do you have to recount them all? No, you can just go to that. And I'm hoping when there's more people that we have enough food to go around. Let's plant some orange trees. We're going to keep the apples with the apples and the oranges with the oranges. And we're going to make the soil better when we can. Speaking of which, no, not quite yet. There's like a tech tree, and I'm just curious. Let's see. Roles also shows the tech tree. They need to finish knocking down the tree before they could go to the next thing. I gotta make them some chisels too. Alright, so right here, what do we got? You can see what I'm missing. Planting, mulching. That's weird. Well, okay. Basically, I gotta wait for something to rot, and then you investigate the rot. Or, if an animal shits somewhere, you can investigate their shit, and you'll figure out how to use fertilizer. Let's see, what's this? It's shit. Go investigate it. Looks like shit. Smells like shit. Tastes like shit. Good thing I didn't step in it. Yay, now they know how to cook mammoth steaks. Good. Well, technically, they'll cook anything now, but we have mammoth steaks because of those dead mammoths. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell them not to burn the logs. Damn it. Must mean we're out of sticks. We could just put that on 50. I don't care. Not that we have 50 steaks, but they'll just repeatedly keep cooking the next one when you set it that high. I gotta tell them what they're allowed to use in this fire, because... No. I think it's under resources. Build. Oh, there we go. Resources. You find logs. No, do not use them in fires, damn it. We're gonna have to make some chisels because we need to investigate how to split a log. So we'll have you guys make a bunch of these. And also, I see they're using all the axe heads for whatever. I don't really see any left in there. Shit. I had them dig some holes, and I see the, I don't want to dig the clay right now, but eventually I'm going to uncover this. I think it lets you dig 2 layers. I don't think more than that. So I'm picturing in my head how big this building space is actually going to be when I'm done with it. What do you think the odds are if I called a certain someone that she'd actually pick up the phone? It would be cool. Easier than texting. Yay, you picked up. That's really good. I am streaming Sapiens live. And it would be cool if you showed up and just like hit like and stuff. And plus it proves that you're real and that I'm not as crazy as I could be. That you're actually real, and I would appreciate that. I'm crazy, but I mean, I'm not quite group home yet. Not yet. No, I'm not talking about you, and if I do, it just means I'm totally in love with you, and you know it.
Okay, I know, but that's weird.
What do you mean weird? I've never said your last name ever.
I'm just saying, it's so weird.
Everything is weird. I'm weird. I thought you liked weird.
I do, but sometimes weird isn't a weird thing. Correct.
Do you know how to find my YouTube page?
No, I'm out in the middle of the woods right now, Bobby.
Oh, shit. Well, it was a thought, because, well, the 2 people that game with me, the one... Huh?
Send me the link and I'll check it out. Go party.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to hang up to do it, because I can't multitask. But anyway, the 2 people who usually game with me, one is sick and the other's working on her house, so I had to figure out how to, like, get online myself, and I can't believe I actually somewhat managed to figure it out.
Yeah.
Mostly. Well, I'm going to let you go, and I'll try to figure out how to send you a link while I'm still on it, and then you can make fun of me in the chat. It's all good.
Well, okay, well, I'm not on the gas. I said I'm going to woods.
I know.
At the moment with the dog, with my dog. I just took Rocky out, so I just got done coming off the mountain. I'm worn out, and now I'm taking him.
Oh.
I can barely walk, and yeah.
My dog died in 2009, so you're still doing better than I am.
Well, he's a new dog. He's a decent dog.
You have unconditional love. Well, with me, but I mean I'm weird. But you have unconditional love anytime you need it.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. All right. I'll let you go. Thanks for picking up. I appreciate you, dear. Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay. Picked up for me today. That doesn't always happen. Absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes I feel bad for ugly girls because there's no way they would get away with what gorgeous girls can get away with. But that one is absolutely gorgeous. Just saying. Oh. Mute my mic. I wonder how you do that. Shit. Streaming right now if you catch me. And actually, oh. Hey Donnelly, you're in the, yeah, but people are telling me to mute my mic. I don't know how to do that. Shit. Don't know. Let me let you go, cause they're saying there's like an echo or some damn thing. Shit. I can hear myself like 3 times.
I've been chatting to you and you're not answering.
Oh, cause I'm like, Vicky Lynn actually picked up. I was really happy, so. Alright, let me let you go. I am kind of chatting. I should be checking the chat more. I'm fucking it up, but thanks for coming, dear.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I think it was Steel Navarre told me I don't have to type when I could just say I don't know how to mute when I'm... I did mute the YouTube. I didn't mute, like, my headset. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. But I did start this from scratch, so some players, like Donna Lee, for example, usually, if she joins a stream, what ends up happening... There's a delay, yeah. I don't know how to mute my mic. Usually what happens, she joins me later when I already have everything planted for her. But if she goes all the way to the beginning, I started from scratch. I didn't get my river. But this large flat plain on this plateau is really making me happy. Look how much building space I got. It's kind of nice. And then when I had to invent digging, you see this little area with the clay? That's kind of nice too. Because you only see 2 now, but after I uncover all that, there's going to be a huge area of clay, which is going to be useful when we get to bricks. It just means no river, no key, no fishing, but we'll make it work. I think I'm going to ignore these guys. I don't know. How much room do I have? I've got 25 beds right now. And I've got 23 Sapiens. I'm ignoring them. You guys can go. Nope. I don't have the beds for you yet. Sorry. Sorry y'all came out this way for nothing. Good thing we don't have warfare first. I probably would have murdered you. We'll study that chicken. They'll figure out how to throw a rock at a chicken and then you'll have hunting. Part of the tech tree. Generally, you just want to get everything you can, whether you use it or not is a separate issue. And, alright, you see these bones? We're going to put a storage. It's going to be a medium storage right next to the raw meat. And every time you put a storage down, remember to hit accept none. He's got to work on that. The default should be accept none instead of accept all. I'm not the only one complaining about it. That's what it should be, but, you know, give the dev a break, right? I think he started out as a solo dev, and now he does have a bit of a team helping him, but for what it is, his game is absolutely incredible. So see now how they're like tidying up the camp? I'll put them in the same thing. Yeah, I had another try, but I said no to the other tribe. I only have 23 beds. Yay! And now we have hunting, which is going to come in handy. Even though I don't really need the chicken meat. I don't really want to store it inside because, I mean, I guess I could. I don't really have storage for the chicken meat, so we'll just forget about the chicken meat for now. What are you guys missing? I need 9 branches. Of course I do. We're a little tree challenged. Those are apple. I think we have birch trees somewhere. Where are we going to put the birch? We're going to put birch. I don't get any pine because there's no jungle. Sometimes when you have like multiple elevations, they'll give you jungle on the bottom and temperate on the top. It's a nice touch. I give them credit. I mean, if you had an obnoxiously high mountain like Mount McKinley or Everest or something, it'd be a bit more than temperate on top, wouldn't it? Technically, if you look at the latitude, Mount Everest should be like really, really almost subtropical, but since it's 29,000 feet in the air, it's like 50 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit up there. So, no, it doesn't work that way at elevation. Speaking of Earth science, it's how they know. The amount of sunlight we get is irrelevant. What matters is how much sunlight hits the ground. Because if on the top of Mount Everest, they get way more sunlight than we do. There's like nothing really blocking it unless there's clouds, but you know, on a given day, what matters is if sunlight hits the ground. So they're saying that Yellowstone is rumbling, that supervolcano. Yeah, weird things are going on. If that goes off, the states bordering us won't have to worry about a thing. They'll all be dead. All the way out here in Ohio, from Montana-Wyoming border, I won't be killed immediately, but the ensuing ice age, it would be challenging. Not impossible. We've survived it before. Wait a minute. Oh, that's not where the clay is. Okay. I needed chisels. I need to put storage for the chisels. Oh, right now I gotta hit none or they'll put something stupid in it. And I gotta check my chat. Thanks for stopping by, Donnelly. I appreciate that. I mean, people showing up to see me on purpose is kind of flattering. I'm very taken aback that there's interest in like the stuff that I put out. It's pretty cool. Gamer Mama is awesome. She shows me a lot. How the hell do you mute a phone anyway? So here's a crazy idea. Talk about four-dimensional chess. Somewhere down the line, months or years, if I ever do hit 500, which I'm not going to hold my breath. I mean, I'll be blue as a Smurf. But technically, with the smidgen that you get from YouTube or whatever, I wonder if I could save enough to go visit Vicky Land. That'd be nice. I'm just curious. It's just a thought. It enters my brain. That's weird. Plant 10 fruiting trees or plants. It says only did 4 of them. Huh. Well, did they make me any chisels yet? I don't think they did. Wow, look at that. There's a bunch of wheat that's growing here already. Poor soil. Wait a minute. Maybe not. Was that just supposed to be grass? Okay, I thought it was wheat. Wheat's in the game. Later on you can bake bread when you have kilns and stuff, but not right now. With this game, a lot of it is the goal is, when I'm playing this, I'm thinking, would I live there on purpose? The climate is okay. I could probably go a little colder, but I'm thinking of them. You know, would you, being you in general, live there? At a certain point, you have like apple orchards, oranges, all kinds of stuff. You have gardens. You have nice homes. You have a bunch of companions. You have everything you could possibly need. At a certain point, the answer becomes yes. That would be cool. That's kind of the goal. More chickens. I don't hear that mammoth whining anymore, so that's good. Those are sleeping. We don't want to mess with them. I might want to, like, tell them to build some spearheads. Of course, they don't have enough trees yet, because I don't have enough branches. Did they go so far looking for branches that they fell asleep on the ground? My bad. They're going to get pissy. Definitely my bad. Don't run out of rocks either. I could pick those. What I really need is branches. You're not really going to walk all the way out there for a branch, are you? Yep. Don't play with the elephants, please. Not yet. We ain't ready. Ready or not, here I come, right? Oh, there's beetroot out here. I didn't even see that. I gotta make storage for those wool skins. Apparently, wool skin beds are the lap of luxury in these caveman times, whatever. Even though they're not in caves, you guys know what I'm talking about. Wow. Some kind of really shitty storm and the structure isn't built yet. That's not good. Did I invent mulching? I think I did. Let's see. Nope. They're working on it. I still have them going fast. Okay, it doesn't matter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's bed got damaged. If you guys would finish the roof, that would be helpful. Wait a minute, the wind's coming from this way. Look how the rain's falling. And there's like the side of a mountain to kind of shelter the whole village. I don't know if I'm buying that the wind is affecting you guys that bad. I don't know if I'm buying it. Little earth science. Yeah, no shit. We're out of branches, so we don't have fire. Figures. Out of curiosity. Go get more branches. I wonder if these apples have apples. No. Shit. It was worth a try. We're a little branch challenged. Wait a minute. Yeah, they gotta grow back. Not that I want people to starve. That's pretty far. Look at that. Alright. There's oranges over here. It's far, but we'll do that little trick. Storage, storage. One for branches. And the other for oranges. I don't think I need to save this game when it's time to end. I think it saves it automatically. But I am kind of fascinated with that plateau. I've never seen that much flat land before, so the total random crapshoot, is this going to work without a river? Eventually, yes. It's just going to take more effort to get the gardens and all that going. Just for shits and giggles. And to make this level, I'm going to tell them to dig that out too. I'm just curious of what's underneath there. You never know. Now look at this stuff. Well, there's only one piece, but limestone's a little different than the other stone. I don't like making tools out of limestone, but I do like making roads out of limestone. So we're going to need at least 10 pieces of limestone before I bother with roads. Man, look how far this crap is. That's the only bad thing about my little isolated plateau. Did I make a place for clay? I gotta think about that. Could pick these bones up. Eventually you can study bone and make things like spears out of bone instead of rock, which would mean your rock gets to be used for something else. And we don't want to send our villages over there. What's wrong with you? Why don't you pick up your happy ass and walk to a bed? Like, seriously, lady. We could manually tell her to go here. There we go. She's gonna get up and do it? Yeah, you see, she's kind of limping over there. Why don't you go lay down if you got it that bad? Yeah, he's still working on mulching. She might have started mulching, but I don't know if she petered out or what happened. She could have gotten too close to a mammoth, who knows? How many guys I got? 25. So everybody has a bed right now. I absolutely have no room for anybody else. So all y'all sleeping in the same room. Nobody fuck at all. I don't care how hot she is. We don't have any more beds. We've got a room for a couple more beds in here. I don't know. I kind of like the 25 number, but they're not even finishing the shelter yet, so. Should I pick this flax? There's a question. What are you guys bitching about? Yeah, you need to get your happy ass to bed. At least y'all have beds. That's the only thing I dislike, is it's very tree challenged. So a beginning player, you might not have picked this island that I picked because it's so tree challenged. I'll tell you what, we need logs. I'm curious if anyone made any chisels. Do you see any chisels in there? No. What's the problem? Okay, well. Alright, let's make some stone rocks. Small ones, because technically... Alright. Technically, it's more work for them to bust a big rock to make a small rock than to just have a small rock to begin with. You're still researching shit. Wow. See, it's not like we don't have enough rocks. Sometimes there's just not enough rocks. We do. One branch isn't going to cut it. How much hay do we got left? We might need to harvest some more hay. Hey, you up there on the wall, can you? Let's see. Let's see what they do with that. Plus, we might uncover clay. You never know. No clay. Where it's level anyway, there's no clay. I think they're missing shovels. Dare I say axe heads, because axe heads are both an axe and a shovel in this game. It's so weird to me, but it is. It just is what it is. So you see these boulders here? Eventually, yeah, you'd have the option, do you want to use a chisel to them or a pickaxe? And we're going to pick the one that gives us stone bricks. Just for shits and giggles. As we could find stone elsewhere. Be cool to make kind of a palace structure. The dev has given us foundation blocks now, so it's possible to make a really nice palace if you want, but that's going to be like pretty far down the road. I can't even get these guys to build the hut because of the tree challenge. So brand new players, yeah, you might want to settle in a place that has more trees. But see, over here where there is trees, I wouldn't call that ground level, would you? I mean, you could clearly see how much sloping there is. True, there's some fertile land too, but I'm just saying in general, I wouldn't call that flat at all. You know what? Mulching, yay! Fucking yay. We're replanting the birch trees anyway, so I'm kind of telling them go ahead and cut them. And I think I told them not to use logs in the fire because, well, that sucks. Then we won't have any logs for building. You did have more sticks. I just didn't send them. Send items to... Here. Yep. Then you'd have more branches. Then you could build that structure. Uh-oh. Died of old age. Kind of a waste of meat. They call it long pork in New Guinea. I'm pretty sure they use it as capital punishment. At least they did. I do have to question the sanity. Why would you want to eat somebody's like medication and stuff? It's just most animals, they might kill us, but they generally spit us out. Very, very rare for animals to actually eat us on purpose. Like crocodiles. That's kind of rare. I think there's only like 3 species of shark that'll actually do that. Eat us on purpose. Tiger shark, bull shark, and what is it? Oceanic blue tip, like what happened to the Indianapolis. Ship goes down, people bobbing in the water. Oh, let's hit the sharks with an oar. It just attracts them, and yeah, they are kind of after you. Oh well. Isn't earth science fun? 'Cause See, now, like before, they weren't making tools. See, they got a little pile of smaller rocks that they can work with. Suddenly, they're making tools again. Suddenly. Magically. Generally, if they're not doing something they are supposed to, there's probably an explanation. I don't want to tell them to collect clay yet. We're not there yet. Why aren't they building this? Needs 9 branches. See what I mean? Well, I could tell them to go all the way out there and get them. I could. That's generally why I don't like the fires, but, did they cook all that mammoth meat? Why, yes, they did. So therefore, put this fucking fire out right now. So they're not starving. They got mammoth meat to munch on. That was weird. Now, I'm ignoring any, can I join your tribe requests? No, I got 24 people. I have got 25 beds. Man. Alright. Hey, stop. You want to join so bad? We have room for one more. Go ahead. There we go. Now you don't have to like look like a fish out of water. We've only got 7 things planted and no construction trees yet. Why are you guys outside? Go to sleep. Oh wow, somebody died, so I got another bed. Yay! Yay for me. Isn't it funny how the value of human life goes down when there's too many humans? You guys have beds. Why are you sleeping outside? In the rain. I have 24 people, and it says I have 25 beds. Okay, so my tribe is special? Is that what you're saying? They're going to start leaving. Very hungry. Ooh. There's mammoth steaks in there. At least there was. There still is. It did. Well, no, there isn't. They ate them all. Shit. Uh-oh. Well, you ain't gonna like it, but, oh, there's pumpkins out here. I think there was, like, gooseberries closer. Okay. Let's do that trick with the gooseberries. I might end it when they're finally done with that structure. That's what we really want. I saw gooseberries out here. I know I did. Right here. It's not many, but if you guys are hungry, I totally understand the pissiness involved with being hungry, so... Alright. And you gotta hit none because they haven't picked any yet, and then you tell them... Let's see. Gooseberries? Now gooseberries appears because you told them to pick them. I don't think he's dead. I think he's sleeping. Yeah. I don't have any more hatchets. Yay. Alright. They'll get used. Oh, they did finish some chisels. Put them there. How many logs do I have? Uh-oh. I think I intended these to be logs, and I never specified. Oh, now we got room for how many? Somebody died of old age. Tribe. I got 23. So if 3 people come here, the answer is no. But if it's only 1 or 2, I guess. They need to plant 3 more things. Well, what's over here? What is that? No, what's that? Sandstone. Chop that down, please. I could tell them to go all the way out there. Personally, oh shit. Mammoth's eating all the apples. Outstanding. You're on the menu. Yep. They're going to start leaving because I can't get them enough food. Shit. I think these sunflowers are edible too. I think. Let's tell them to go... Oh, shit. Or them gooseberries. That's why they're not making it. There's oranges over here. Alright. Those mammoths need to go. 1, 2... There we go. Oranges. Sticks. Ah. Oh, they don't call them sticks in this game. They call them branches. Nope. Branches. Yeah, well, if you guys get your asses over here to the orange trees, you won't be starving. Sorry the food isn't the normal corner store, however. It's like trade-offs. I really like that plateau, but the lack of trees isn't really helping anything. That fucking mammoth. Right in the path. Gonna need to send the branches here too, but for what it's worth, put the oranges there. Where the hell did I just find those oranges? Pretty far. I'm not thrilled. I'll take these branches. We need branches to build. Send. Is that where I had the branches? I think so. That's why I wanted to fertilize the ground over here. Yay, they got some food. We had to go pretty far for it and through angry mammoth, but they got food. Alright, there's too many mammoths. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of them? Too bad we can't hunt them yet. We'd have unlimited food, wouldn't we? Yeah, no more gooseberries. The gooseberries wasn't a good idea. The oranges are working out. He can't trample everybody. You guys can't finish that structure, huh? Really? Really? What are you saying I don't have? Not enough light. Jeez. They will be so much happier when they have that built. So, what's the issue over here? Oh yeah, that's right. I told them to put the fire out so they'd save what branches they have. We got some branches. Let's see if they finish it tomorrow. One thing I always wondered. Alright, so in this game, the animals shit, but the people don't. That doesn't make any sense. because shit can be used as mulch. That's why I'm thinking about it. And then those trees wouldn't grow as slow as they do. We're gonna skip. Yep, we're past that little star. Nice. We've got some branches. Not a lot of branches, but we've got some. I should make sure people have thatch building. So I think I made old men the builders. Okay, some do. Come on, guys. Well, while they're getting their shit together, I'll see what's going on in my chat. Yeah, Gamer Mama, as soon as I finish that structure, I will call it, but they're working on it. Well, that's probably bad. At least there's flax. Who's getting messed up by a mammoth? Okay, that's the place I had him hit before. They're gonna be out of food again. What are you guys doing? Go ahead and chop that. Go ahead and study this. Huh. So there is wheat all the way out there. Yeah. We'll work on that later. And roads make it really efficient to go further distances, but we're not there yet. Is this actually a slope? I don't think so. It's pretty level. Like if you look at it from a different scale, it looks like a slope. Huh. It looks pretty level for a slope to me. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody wants to leave. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, you are ballsy. I guess I could tell him to get the apples. Wow. Mammoths are sleeping. They're going right up to him to get where the tree was. That's crazy. Are they actually taking them where they're supposed to? I think they are. How many guys we got? We have 24. So whoever's trying to join us, it's a no. Yay! I think it said we finished that. Yep. Paths and roads. I think I've only got one piece of limestone right now. Well, how are we going to do this? We could still start it. Did they finish that hut yet? No. Jeez. Paths. I guarantee you if I'd had gotten a river, there is no way everything would have taken that long. Not that I have the limestone to finish that. Oh shit. We're gonna have to pause it. Speaking of which, hold on. Hold on. Tribe. Resource. I had to pause it. See, if this was multiplayer, they would have built it out of the wrong rocks. No, it's under resources. Nope. Unclick that. Now where's the limestone rocks? Limestone. Soft rocks. Only want... There we go. There we go. You're not really building it out of the hard ones, are you? God damn it. That's okay, because we can erase it. They'll still get it done. There we go. Now they know what they're doing. I wonder why this is taking so long. Hurry up. They just stopped building at a certain point. I think the original builder died. Okay. Little kid is building the roof. That's hilarious. Future engineer here. It doesn't say he's missing anything. You know, I could have renamed these guys too. Sapiens, Rolls. No. I don't like that name. How about Bobby's Brainless? That's the name of my tribe. Oh, good. How many guys we got? And she's pregnant? Okay, well that would be 25 when she's done being pregnant. Not enough light. Of course not. I think tomorrow's the last day. I think that kid will get that roof done. I think. Okay, so now someone else is building this? Yeah, that old lady's building it. Yay for the old ladies who are too old to contribute to the population issue I have. Now let's finish this hut first. Took a while. Basically because of the lack of trees, but I think she finished it. Are we done? Yeah? So that's what happens if you build with two wall segments instead of one. A lot of people, you could even just throw a roof on the ground and it counts as a shelter. I've seen people do that too. I just, because the food that we will have in the future would stay nice and dry and everything on the inside of that thing. That's how I build my shelters every single time. It's almost automatic at this point. I'm not cutting down an orange tree. I really don't care. Nor am I recruiting anyone. Cutting down orange trees just doesn't sound like a viable strategy. I will pick these gooseberries though. And we'll put gooseberry storage right here. We'll put it locally. So they just get it and they don't like travel a huge distance. There we go. Now you idiots don't have to be hungry. You know, I could change apples to gooseberries and send the gooseberries back home. Or actually, we're out of mammoth. Tell you what we're going to do. Or you guys are chomping them all down. I won't have anything to send. Well, they look like they're all happy now. There isn't any gooseberries to send. That's not good. But I did feed them. No, I'm not going to recruit when we're having food issues. Alright guys, well, this little experiment is coming to a conclusion for today. But Tuesday is Sapiens Day, so if you guys want to see more Sapiens, I will be back next Tuesday. Hypothetically at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Hypothetically, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for everyone that stopped by. Leave a like. You know, feel free to make fun of me, you know, because it's entertaining and that's what it's all about. And I guess the last disclosure is this isn't really intended for kids. Not really. So, any kids kind of watching, you should probably have your parents watching with you. Just saying. Alright, I'll see you all next week. Talk to y'all later. Bye. And this game saves automatically. Isn't that nice? Isn't that like absolutely wonderful? Oh, let's see. Exit. There we go. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I'll shut all this stuff off.